Konnichiwa, and welcome to Tsuki no Ame, where we try Japanese sweets and treats. Today is kind of a continuation of yesterday, if I'm being honest. So, if you saw yesterday's episode, then you already know the news, but the channel is officially 1 year old. And so, I decided to do something that, at least for me, felt kind of special. Instead of ordering something from Japan, I went to my local Asian market and found some things that are kind of would be difficult to order, right? Um, and while I was there, honestly, I run into this problem a lot. I have trouble deciding what I'm gonna get. Like, everything looks so good, and there are always so many different options and flavors and new things to try. I have such a hard time when I go to the Asian market. I want everything. So, of course, I couldn't just get everything for the channel. I had to find some way to restrain myself. But I'm very fortunate in this. My local Asian market actually has a bakery in it, and they have so many baked goods that I would say they look delicious, and they do, but they're also, like, they are genuinely delicious. I enjoy trying so much of it. They have some really, really good things. I had such a hard time, again, narrowing it down. So I thought, we'll do 2 episodes for this, especially since, making it to 1 year like that, at least for me, feels like a really big deal. So yeah, we are going to try, this is a chocolate pineapple bread. I am really excited to see how this turns out. I'm really curious about it. Again, I've gotten some of these baked goods from them before, and they've been really tasty, so I'm really optimistic. Haven't tried this one before. I've never seen this one before. I don't know, chocolate and pineapple feels a little weird. It feels kind of fun. I'm willing to try it. And then I couldn't resist. I got myself a bottle of Calpico. I almost always get melon flavor, so this time I got lychee. Honestly, I'm so melon obsessed. I don't know if I've ever tried this one. So Calpico is a Japanese, well, they're calling it a non-carbonated beverage. But it is from Japan. This is something that you can get over there, all over the place. And at least in the Asian markets near my house, you can get, these little bottles for one person, or you can get a larger bottle, like, for your family. And they're really good. They're really tasty. They're kind of milky. It's really something different, and I genuinely enjoy them. One thing that's kind of interesting to me is I always think of them as Calpies. And nowadays, I feel like I used to be able to find bottles that said Calpies on them, and now I can only find Calpico, and it feels like, I've seen Calpico and Calpies. So this one says Calpico, but down below there's the katakana, and that actually reads Lychee Calpis. I think they've been merged together. I don't know. If somebody does know more about it, wants to let me know down in the comments below, please. I love learning new things. I have so much fun with all of this on the channel. But yeah, this is what we're going to try today. I am really looking forward to it. So with all that in mind, let's get started. Itadakimasu! Alright, so we are going to start, of course, with our bread. Wow, that type is way fuller than I expected. It doesn't really smell like pineapple or chocolate, but it does have a really good bready scent to it. So I'm not sure how much of the pineapple I'm really getting, but it's really nice and fluffy and chewy. It's sweet, but not too sweet. And I had no idea that I was getting that with this, but it's actually filled. I had no idea. I had no idea whatsoever. The sticker literally just gave me a name for it and like an ingredients list and then where it's from, and that's it. This tiny little label. And this is really pretty good. Not exactly what I expected, but you know, for something just fun to try. Oh, yeah, there's literally like a whole wall just covered in these breads that they bake there. And I had so much fun coming over. Yeah, me and the Asian, I will walk in there for a $5 item and celebrate for only spending 20 because too many other things caught my attention. So moving on to the other item, I just could not resist because, you know, it's the glory of the Asian market. Okay. It smells really nice and fruity. That lychee scent that you kind of, or at least I expect. If you haven't tried lychee, highly recommend. It's so good. So it's smooth, it's milky, it's sweet. It has that lychee flavor. I think it's sweeter than the bread, to be honest. It is really good. It is really tasty. And if you're somebody who is looking for, you know, some sort of drink, but, you know, is not good with carbonated beverages, this is a really great alternative. And it is something that you see around over in Japan. It is a little bit harder to find the ramen, I find personally, but you know, once you kind of know it's there and where to look for it, it seems like it's usually on lower shelves. They tend to have several different flavors. I think I saw like just the plain flavor, the lychee, strawberry, peach, and melon. Um, there are just so many different flavors. It is really good, really solid. It's kind of one of those. It's like with pretty much anything. You know, I'm just gonna hold this up. Pretty much anything fruit flavored coming out of Japan, where if you're curious and you want to try it, pick a fruit flavor that you tend to like, a fruit that you like in general, and it's probably going to be amazing. Or at least that's how I personally feel. I've always kind of been a fan of Calpico. Highly recommend. Highly recommend. Gochiso-sama. So to recap, we tried this chocolate pineapple bread from my local Asian market. I promise after the best force, we are going back to things that you order online. Really nice, really light, really fluffy. Didn't really find much of the pineapple, but it had the surprise of being filled with chocolate and was generally really pretty good for just, you know, something I was able to kind of go pick up at my local store, and they had so many different options. I had fun. We also tried the Lychee Calpico, which is really just a smooth texture, milky, sweet, that great lychee flavor. They have a bunch of different flavors. Highly recommend. If you're somebody who's curious about Japanese snacks, this is something I don't hear a ton about, but actually see kind of all over the place. It's one of those a bit. So yeah, I would just, you know, highly recommend. You know, it's fun ordering, you know, these boxes online. I definitely really enjoy, you know, getting those packages and getting to dive in and just kind of explore. But also, you know, if you've been noticing that, Asian market on the corner, uh, go check it out. Just go try it. There's a lot of fun things to discover. I personally really enjoy it, at least. So I definitely recommend finding your local Asian market and giving them a try. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. If you like my shirt, link for that is down in the description below. And please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Johnny.